Generals against the St. James. Getting ready to kick off here in Alexandria, Virginia at the St. James Athletic Center. 1:45 till we pick up the pucks, so if you're watching the replay, you can just fast forward. There's our whistle. We'll get started here in a minute. Looks like the Generals will have a full bench today going against the St. James. We've got Nathan Bickmeyer joining the team. He missed the 5-game stand up in Pennsylvania, coming out of some surgery, and so he's had a chance to recover and strengthen. No scouting report on this St. James team, so we'll get a quick look here. The Generals went 3-2 up in Pennsylvania 2 weeks ago. They've got the 2 games this weekend, and then the Generals take off for 2 more weeks, and they don't come back to play until the end of September 27th, but they've got a 2-game stand down in Raleigh, North Carolina. Give the Generals, they've had 1 practice so far, maybe 2, so just still getting their legs underneath them for the season. Pulling up with Coach Stewart. Coach Stewart claims to be your next Powerball winner. Powerball at $1.8 billion, so we'll be able to make a nice contribution to Richmond Generals hockey when we win the Powerball tickets. St. James is in white, Generals are in blue. We're calling this from the stands, so we're a little behind the net. Looks like you got your starting lineup coming out here. Bobby Stewart taking the center, Jack Heil to the right. Caden Tapscott to the left. Ben Strode and Burke Jeanette, your 2 defensemen. Bobby Stewart wins the faceoff. St. James pulls that back, comes to the near side. Looks like we're playing 3 17-minute periods. Up in Pennsylvania, we were with the EJPL. Here we go, Jens. St. James able to bring that into the zone. Generals trying to clear, feeding it up to Bobby Stewart and then through neutral ice. Bobby having to recollect, turn it around at the red line. Pulls it over, sends it up to Heil. Heil chips it to Tapscott. Tapscott back to Stewart. Stewart with the shot. Somehow the goalie makes the save. Bobby Stewart had the open net, but a good charge from that general line. as they head to the bench, and we get a switch out here. St. James kind of bringing it through. Generals are going to clear it up, kind of send it up. Oh, little foot drag there. Sends it up to Ben Strode. He feeds it over to Bobby Stewart, who's still on the ice. A save there, a follow-up by Ben Krug. St. James able to keep that out of the net, and we're still at 0 with 6 minutes to go in the first period. Generals bringing some good offense here as everyone just kind of getting used to the ice and make things happen. Repko on the ice now takes it down the left-hand side, and we have a call, maybe offsides. No, sorry, that was the other rink. That's what I hate about the St. James, is that you have open ice here for 2 rinks, and you can get the whistles carrying over. So kids are still playing. That's the first shot on Lucas Monroe, who's taking station between the pipes for us, and he holds us at 0-0 with 15:33 remaining in the first period. Repko in to take the face-off. Krug to his right. And Covington's on the ice as well. That one comes back. Krug just overskates that one. Repko trying to feed this one forward. Comes back, a little chip to Covington. He takes it off the wall. He finds Repko up the right-hand side. He's got to the left. Oh, and the rebound comes off, and Krug is unable to pick that puck up through the air. Good job there by Covington to hold that one in the zone. Krug going to the bench. St. James is trying to work it and break it out on the near wall. Feeds it across center ice. Finally gets it to neutral ice, and he's going to send that one down. Stick played there by Monroe. Comes up the right-hand side. That's Bickmeyer skating the puck, loses it. Across and brought into the zone by St. James. A shot wide of the net, going to come around to Lugo. Lexi Lugo's going to feed this one up to Bickmeyer at the red line. Bickmeyer leaving it for Lugo. He's going to finish this one up the right-hand side. Taken back behind the goal by the St. James. Met by Per Peterson. The goal comes up and then resettles back down, and the referee wants to make sure that it's in place. So we get a whistle. 14:31 remaining in the first period. Per Peterson taking this face off. Lugo to his left. Bickmeyer to his right. Bickmeyer charging on that one. St. James trying to get it out. Lugo's going to hold this one in. He steps up. Lugo's teamed up with Ben Strode on the blue line defense. That one picked up in the breakout point by the St. James as they kind of race this one forward. General's doing a good job back-checking here. Strode meeting him stride for stride. The referee jumps out of the way. Lugo almost gets that, but St. James holds it at the blue line. Back to Lugo, back in the corner. He sends that around the far side to Strode. Strode loses it. Nice entering pass there. St. James unable to connect. St. James still on the puck in the corner. Brings it back to the point. They step up to the shot through lots of traffic. Wide of the net. Generals are trying to clear it around. St. James is going to hold it at the blue line again. Send it back into the corner for Lugo. He loses an edge and goes down. St. James is going to do a light little flick that Monroe pushes back to the corner. Lugo's going to see what he can do, and this time he feeds it up to Bickmeyer. Bickmeyer sends this one across, and Daniel Kim sends that one in. I'm going to have to watch my number 5s because we both have. And St. James is going to bring this one out with a little bit of speed. They met with some resistance from Stewart. Heil looking to assist on the near side too, and Agello is going to retreat back into the Generals' end of the ice behind the goal to pick up this puck. Feeds it over to Stewart. He feeds it to Heil. Didn't know the puck was coming. Jeanette trying to feed that one forward. It comes back to Agello, and he goes to Bobby Stewart. Not sure why he didn't skate that one into the zone. And Agello gets beat. Tapscott getting back, trying to provide defense, puts a stick down on the ice. Good spot. Stick save there by Monroe, and the puck comes out of the zone. Not a great couple series here for the Generals. We started out strong. Tapscott's going to skate in, and Stewart's off sides, and we get the whistle. 12:48 remaining in the first period. We're tied 0-0. Generals came out strong, but it looks like the few minutes they gave the St. James to get their feet under them. St. James kind of holding a stronger defense, and the Generals just not making good passes right now. I think Bobby Stewart thought somebody was in the zone, so he had to hold up at the blue line. Repko sends that one forward. St. James pulls that back into their end of the ice. Covington harassing, trying to get the pike. the puck, and they're going to call a tripping on Covington. He got puck. Oh. They're going to call tripping on Covington. So the Generals will go in the box. 2 weekends ago, they're saying hooking for Covington. So we'll go down to the far end of the ice. Generals did a great job in Pennsylvania staying out of the penalty box. But here, just, call it 4.5 minutes in, we are going to have to kill this one off. Remember, on the defense for the penalty kill, we can ice the puck now. That's a new rule this year. St. James wins that puck, draws it back to the blue line. Monroe trying to look through traffic. That one's going to be quickly picked up and sent forward by the Generals. Held, shorthanded. Ben Krug trying to break that one free. Strode going to send this one up the near wall. Good play there, and that one's going to be all the way down for the St. James goalie to play this one back. One of the things I like about this ability to ice during the penalty kills, that it forces the goalies to come out of the crease a little bit and play the puck, work on their stick handling skills. St. James tries to bring that down to the Generals' end of the ice, still on the puck back behind the Generals' goal. Flipped around, bumping, swing and a miss by the St. James, and the Generals get a gift on the empty netter. St. James unable to capitalize. That puck, Monroe got the first save and it was bouncing in the air. The puck bounced in the crease, and the St. James player just whiffed on it. And so we have a call right now. And I don't know if they're sending both to the penalty box, or there's a goalie interference call. So we'll see what happens here. I don't know what that call was, but nobody's going to the penalty box. We got 1 minute left on the penalty kill, as Covington's in the box for a hooking. Ooh, good play there. Good pass. Ooh, that puck girl's just wide of the net. Generals get another gift. That one should have been picked off. That was a terrible pass from across the blue line by the St. James team. Generals just got to pick up the pace a little bit and pick off those pucks. St. James has it back in the corner, trying to feed it back to the point. A shot in from the distance, and Monroe's able to get a glove on that for the whistle and the cover. We have 32 seconds left in the penalty kill. 11-11 left in the first period. Seven shots on goal for St. James, 4 for the Generals. Puck comes back, chipped up forward by Lugo. Out of the zone. Oh, good play there by Tapscott. He's going down the left-hand side. He's got Stewart. Oh, Bobby Stewart overskates the rebound. Came off the pad and just went under Bobby's skates. Just a little too fast. St. James going the other end. A stick save there by Monroe, which sends it off to the near wall. Picked off again by Stewart. He's trying to drag this one along the wall. Feed this one up. And St. James are able to body him off the puck, and the penalty kill is up, and we're back to full strength. That one comes back for Judah Moore. Brings it across to Ben Strode. Ben Strode feeding this one to Heil. He's coming down the right-hand side. He goes to his forehand, and that's a right blocker save there by the goalie as Heil goes to the upper corner. Good shot there by Heil. Comes back. Heil's, we're going to be offsides as Covington lifted his right foot. Generals getting some good rebound opportunities, just unable to capitalize. Both teams struggling with that right now, but Heil getting a great shot there. And Covington's on the puck, going to look for the pass. Gets stick lift, and that one's in the goal. It bounced off of a player. Covington hooks that one in from behind, and it comes off of a player's skate, a St. James player's skate, and that one's in the net. Generals are up 1-0 with 10:09 remaining in the first period. So Covington with the first goal, with shot from behind the net. Repko going to take the face-off. Covington staying on the ice on the near side. Krug on the far side. That one, St. James sending that one across through the crease to the far side. Going to try to hold it at the blue line. Krug almost picking that one off, but overskates it. Jeanette going to feed this one forward. Sends it across the ice to Covington. Puck's bouncing at the red line. Picked up by Covington. Repko holding at the blue line now, working the puck, and it comes out of the zone Strode's going to chip this one in and going to get the delayed offsides as the Generals clear the zone. St. James picking this one up below the goal red line. Quick harassment there by Bickmeyer. Peterson now harassing now. Coming down the near side as we roll to 9:30 left in the first period. Generals lead 1-0. Back to the point. St. James going to put it back in the corner. Back behind the Generals net. Generals doing a good job harassing in front of the goal. That one, oh wow. Good deflection, just missing the corner of the net. St. James getting some good opportunities here, just missing by a couple of inches. Got to watch out or those are going to start bouncing in. Big hit there. Looks like Strode putting that one on. Peterson trying to feed that one across to Daniel Kim up to the near wall. Sent out and long distance. It'll look like it'll be on net, so Monroe's going to have to play that with the stick as we roll to 8:50 left in the first period. Judah Moore saying this across to the far side to Bobby Stewart. He's going to pull up a little bit, sending it over to Daniel Kim on the near side. He's just going to chip it into the zone. St. James on the puck, skating it out of their end of the ice. Across, just missed, and that should be icing. And there's our whistle with just under 8:30 left to play in the first period. Generals leading 1-0 on a Covington shot from behind the goal, getting it off a rebound off of St. James skate in the net. Stewart going to take the face off. He's got Heil and Tapscott with him. Typical first period lineup for Coach Stewart. St. James are going to send this one around the board. It rides the full rail all the way around. Comes to the near wall. Big hit. St. James tried to center it. Good pick off there by the Generals. St. James player slow to get up in the corner. I think he's got to go to the bench. He's holding his head. St. James trying to pressure. Big shot, rebounded wide. And the St. James player finally takes a knee. I hope he's okay. He took a big hit in the wall. Repko taking the face off. He's got Jeanette to his right. Picked off there. I thought it was Covington trying to steal it. Quick shot there by St. James. Stick just wide of the net by Monroe. St. James loses an edge and goes down. I think they were worried about a tripping call. Covington's on the puck. He's got Repko to his right. Covington going to his forehand shot. Oh, and that one's sucked in and smothered by the goalie. No rebound opportunities there. Repko in to take the face off. Covington still to his left. Krug now to his right. Comes to Krug, and he almost had that puck gloved down by Judah Moore. Stolen by St. James as they bring it into the zone. A shot from the distance. Good body play there by Strode. Comes up to the near side to Repko. He gets picked. Leaves it at the red line. Moore to Strode. Back over to Repko. Repko trying to pick this one forward. St. James trying to work around the D. Strode's going to send this up the wall and bounces all the way out. Good way to use the walls. Keeps it from icing. Krug harassing in the forward zone. St. James bringing it through neutral ice and chips it in. Then going to chase as we roll down to 7 minutes to go in the first period. Picked up by Strode behind the Generals net. He's going to feed it up the near side to Judah Moore. Over to the side. Peterson's going to feed this one. Across the blue line. Big shot there by Daniel Kim, just wide. Rides all the way around the boards, comes up to the near side. Judah Moore trying to pick this one up, loses it a little bit. Gets a little help there from Lugo. Comes off the wall to Peterson, and he's going to chip and chase. Takes it down into the corner. St. James to the puck first as the St. James player goes down behind the play. Not sure what happened. A lot of bumping going on along the boards. Daniel Kim taking this one with a backhand chip to send this one back behind the goal. Oh, nice little play there by Peterson, hoping somebody was in front of the net. Little backhander rolled him out just beyond the front of the net. Nobody was there to clean it up. St. James sends it all the way down. Generals trying to get it out. And one of the Generals gets buried by the St. James player. Coach Stewart there with the assist on the call. So number 66 going to the bench for interference. Go to the box. 6:04 remaining in the first period. So Generals will go on their first power play. They're leading now 1-0. 8 shots on goal for the Generals, 10 for St. James. Be nice for the Generals to get a good insurance goal here to close out the first period. Stewart's out to take the face-off. Tapscott's to the right. Heil is to the left. Jeanette and Strode are 2 defensemen. Sends that around. It's just past Strode, and it's going to go the full distance on the ice. Monroe is going to tee this one up. Leaves it for the Generals to kind of reorganize. The ability to ice does spread the D a little bit as Jeanette tries to skate the distance. Bobby Stewart's going to pick this one up. He leaves it back for Tapscott on the blue line because Jeanette's in tight. Stewart and Tapscott. Ugh, a little miscommunication there. A little short-handed, and St. James is going to try to bring up the neutral zone. Stewart's going to send this across the ice to Heil, back to Tapscott. Good connection. Tapscott tries to split the D and sends the puck into the corner. St. James gets onto it, and they're going to send it the distance again. No icing as Monroe tees us up. We got 1:16 left in the power play. Skated up by Strode. Some sloppy play by St. James allows Strode to get it. He leaves it for Krug, and Krug gets tipped. That one almost rolls into the goal. Just missed by 2 inches as it came off of a skate. They might have tried to say that was almost kicked in. Heil collecting now in front of the Generals' goal, misses the puck. Misses kind of again and chips it up. Stewart gets it to Krug. Krug going to his left, backdrop there to Moore. Stewart just misses on the puck. 36 seconds left. Moore chipping that one in. It has to be played off the pad. St. James sends it down and comes to Covington, who collects it. He's got a jello, and he chooses to come up mid-ice to Judah Moore. Judah drops it to Bobby Stewart. Bobby chips it, trying to find Judah. Covington doesn't have the puck. Stolen play. Covington getting across to Stewart. Generals keeping this one alive as we're down to 10 seconds on the power play. Generals, sends it over to Judah Moore. He's down in the corner. He's looking for somebody to pass to. I think we're getting a line change here. Jello's trying to hold it at the blue line, sends it back in as we're now back to even strength with 4 minutes to go. That one just out of reach of Repko. Up to St. James, and they chip it up forward. It's about a 3-on-1, but Jello trying to get this one out of the zone. They're saying no offsides on that, and they send it back in. Repko coming across to Jello. He's feeding it up to Covington. Can't get a clean stick on it, and St. James is going to reset back in their own end of the ice. 3:30 left now in the first period. Comes out to Peterson. Peterson trying to find some clear ice and can't get it. Finally in the corner, he's got a little bit of time and tries to feed it over to Bickmeyer and can't get it through traffic. Bickmeyer now on the wall. He and Daniel Kim kind of can't get the puck, and St. James are the ones who come away with it. They're going to send it. That's going to be icing. Played by Monroe. No. Clear that. Could have been an icing call. Instead, Monroe played it and ran himself into a little bit of trouble and got bailed out there with a loose puck in the crease. 2:55 now remaining in the period. Daniel Kim's on the puck. He's got one to beat going to his forehand. Can't pull the trigger. He's looking for Bickmeyer. Bickmeyer's bodied up and sent wide of the goal. Send up. Lugo going to take this one off the wall. He sends that one up. Stewart at the blue line trying to get the puck free. Daniel Kim giving a chase now. St. James sends it around the boards. We got 2:30 left to play in the first period. Generals lead this 1-0 and a goal by Robert Covington. Judah Moore trying to chip this one out of foot traffic there in front of the Generals bench. Comes back out to Heil. Heil's got Stewart to his right. He's going to send this one in long distance, and the goalie just takes it in the jersey and drops it in the glove for the whistle. 2:13 remaining in the first period. Generals lead 1-0. Good matchup so far. Both teams getting great opportunities with loose pucks in the crease. It's going to really come down to which team can start putting those loose pucks in. Stewart taking the face-off. Heil to the right. Tapscott to the left. St. James comes up with the puck and sweeps it back behind their goal. Up to the near side. Good pass there. Good play. Free ice, and St. James puts in a nice clean shot over the glove side of Monroe, and they tied this one up with 2 minutes to go in the first period. Monroe was ready for that. I'd like to see one more step out of the towards the shooter to take away some of that angle. All right, tied at 1. A lot of hockey left. Repko taking this face off. Going to see if we can't get one back real quickly here. Covington is on the near side. Krug on the far side. Sends it back. St. James is going to collect it at their blue line. Repko harassing. Covington steals this one. He's going to take a shot and gloved by their St. James goalie. Looking calm and cool on that, collecting that puck. 1:46 remaining in the first period. Repko taking the face-off. Puck comes back. Lugo going to collect it all the way back in the Generals' end of the ice. Good harassment there by St. James, pressuring. Keep going, Generals. It's, again, the rink thing. St. James bringing it through the neutral zone with a little bit of speed here. Generals trying to body up and get the puck to the outside. St. James take it to the face-off circle with a shot through traffic deflected into the corner. Picked up by St. James. A little body bump there by Lugo. 1 minute now left to play in the first period. Collected by Covington. He can't clear it. St. James holds it at the blue line, gets a shot that's well wide of the net. Ooh, bouncing in front, and Covington's just going to ice this one and sends it the distance with under a minute to play. No icing called as the puck was spinning just before the goal line. Repko trying to harass, trying to pick this one off. Finally sniped by Bickmeyer, but St. James is going to collect. Bickmeyer's going to go into the corner, get a little help from Kim. Repko on the puck, taking a shot. He's deflected well wide of the net, comes off the glass, and we got a whistle. I think the puck went onto the back of the goal. 31 seconds left in the first period. We're tied up 1-1. Shots on goal about even. 11 for the Generals, 12 for St. James. Peterson taking that face-off, trying to close out the period here. St. James sends that one around and it gets past and goes all the way the distance, and that should be icing with 21 seconds to play in the first period. See if the Generals can get a good face-off win here and pull the trigger right off the bat. Peterson still taking the face-off. Bickmeyer's to his right. It's loose. St. James collecting it at the wall. They're going to flick that one down. 16 seconds to play. Judah Moore kind of send this one up, trying to get it to Lugo. St. James is on the puck with 8 seconds to go. Comes back out. St. James is going to be down to 3 seconds. Comes back to Daniel Kim at the red line. And there's the horn as we close out the first period here in Springfield, Virginia at the St. James Place. I don't know if it's St. James Place, but the St. James Athletic Center. We are tied up 1-1. No ice cut during this game. We're going to play 3 periods, 17 minutes each. Get a little bit of a break here. First period summary was the Generals taking us off to a 1-goal lead by Robert Covington with a shot from behind the goal that deflected off of a St. James skate into the net. Followed up by a good 2-on-1 by St. James, finding the upper corner to even that one up with about 2 minutes to go in the period. So we're tied at 1 at the end of the first period. We're getting ready to start the second period here. Shots on goal are about even. Again, we're playing 3 17-minute periods, no ice cut. We got the line switch here, or the side switch. So Generals will be on the right, shooting to the goal on our left. We didn't have any shifts last year with the 2 halves set up in Pennsylvania. St. James wins that faceoff. We got Bobby Stewart on the ice with Jack Heil and Caden Tapscott. Bobby Stewart harassing down low. St. James is trying to get this out of the zone. Heil able to pick that one off. Bobby Stewart had that puck in front of the net. The goalie got to it first. Jeanette's going to send that one over to Strode. Strode going to feed this one up forward just past Heil. And St. James is going to collect in their end of the zone. That one goes off of Tapscott, bouncing through the neutral ice. Here comes St. James with a little bit of speed. Generals look a little flat coming off that intermission. Puck is bouncing. St. James looks like they're hustling right now. They're going to... Good deflection there by Heil, sends his puck into the wall. St. James trying to send it back behind the Generals' goal. Little body play there by Strode. Strode's really putting the hits on today. He's about the only General that's really kind of being physical and hitting. Bobby Stewart picks that one free, trying to find Tapscott in front of the crease and can't get it there. Good defensive play by Generals. Generals just kind of letting St. James skate with this one. Deflected aside from Moore. Generals have to start playing aggressive here and take the time away from these St. James skaters. They're just looking flat here at the beginning of the second period. Like it's a Sunday open stick and puck skate. St. James feeding that one around and they put it in. Come on, Jens. St. James up 2-1. Generals just not getting aggressive about picking up that puck. So quickly here now, 1:20 into the second period, and St. James finds the back of the net on a clean shot, beating Lucas Monroe. I don't know if we're going to shift goalies halfway through, but given this game tomorrow, they might pull a full game. Peterson wins that faceoff, draws it back to a Jello. Jello's going to collect on the near wall. So the Generals can find that second gear. Peterson trying to work this one, works his way through traffic and takes it off the back of the net. Comes out in front, and St. James trying to collect it. Good work there by Bickmeyer to send this one back in below the goal line. Daniel Kim working that one hard. And comes back out. Jello giving chase. Ben Krug taking that up back behind the goal. Leaves it for Jello. Jello trying to get it to Bickmeyer. Oh, St. James comes away with it. Oh, off the post. Wow, General's got another gift there. But this game's 3-1. I think it's Lugo now working it. He's got it all over to Peterson, but through a lot of traffic, and St. James able to send it wide of the net. Comes to a Jello. He's trying to center it, puts it back in the corner. Peterson's going to go down in there. Jello trying to work it. He loses an edge and goes down. Heil holding that one at the blue line. He's going to take a shot, puts it low at the stick save there by the St. James goalie with 14:30 left to go in the second period. St. James working around the edge. Trying to send it to the other side of the ice. Jello getting there first. He's going to put it back behind the St. James goal. Stewart with a stick lift, trying to get onto the puck. Still has it. He's working it near wall. Sends it back to a Jello at the point, and he puts it into a St. James player, and we've got to get back. Ooh, nice play there by a Jello. Stewart with a poke, but St. James going to chip and run on this one. And nice little play there. Krug sends it up. Bobby Stewart feeding it at the neutral ice. He leaves it for Tapscott at the red line. Little chip and chase, and they're going to say offsides on the Generals, so they've got to leave the puck and retreat. So we're now under 14 minutes to go in the second period. Oh, there's a trip there by Tapscott. St. James on the puck and neutral ice. Stewart trying to steal it. Comes back to Judah Moore. He's going to hold this one up and chip it up the wall. I'd like to see a little more on that puck. Comes back to Jeanette, who puts a little body up there. Leave it to our defenseman to get physical. Comes back to the St. James of the blue line. Generals are trailing 2-1 right now. That one, Tapscott, if he touches it, it's going to be offsides. St. James bringing it into the zone. That one's a nice, easy one that Monroe decides to cover for the whistle. 13:08 remaining in the second period. Generals trail 2-1. Jeanette looks like he's got something with a leg. He's making his way to the bench. I don't know if he's got a blade problem or an ankle problem. We'll get somebody to check him out. Give you an update if we get any word. Be down a defenseman for a few shifts. See what adjustment Coach Stewart makes. That one comes back out. Fed over to the near side to Daniel Kim. He's going to hustle down the left-hand side. Tries to pull up on it. Covington trying to get there. Gets just past Strode. He's hustling to it. Gets it over. Nice little play to Monroe. It's going to go over to Repko. He leaves it for, I think it's Moore. Judah Moore. Puck just flopping around. Schroeder trying to get up and pull the trigger and runs into a bunch of St. James players. Schroeder taking a bit of a shoulder there. Comes back to Judah Moore, who plays it off the scorer's table's glass, and we're going to be offsides. No? They're calling an elbow on somebody. Oh, elbow on St. James. The Generals go back on the power play with 2:26. Chance for the Generals here. They're down 1 goal, so no, other side. Looked like they were skating towards the Generals' end of the ice, but this is a penalty on St. James, so we'll get the face-off to the right of the St. James goalie. 12:26 remaining in the second period. Generals trail 2-1. They're 0 for 1. I'm sorry, we're going to go to the left of the St. James goalie. Generals 0 for 1 on the power play so far. That one's Peterson taking that face-off at the feet of Lugo. Goes into the corner. Bickmeyer on the puck. Leaves it, at the feet of Agello. Agello plays that one into the corner. Back to Agello. He's going to take a shot looking for the deflection just past Peterson's stick. Krug stepping up, takes it into the corner. Krug still on it and sends it back to the point. Bickmeyer takes it with a little wrist flick. Had good speed on it. Agello's got it. He takes a shot. It's in the crease. Oh! And the St. James are able to clear. Good try there by Peterson to get a bouncing puck in the crease. Try to poke it into the net. Krug taking that one forward, bodied off the puck, and St. James sends it down and around back behind the goal. Agello gonna have to work this puck, and it's getting bodied up on the wall. Comes back to Peterson, who's able to flick it into neutral ice. St. James needs to send that deeper. Back to Peterson, gets it across the blue line, trying to work it hard. St. James gets around Judah Moore. He's going to try to shoot this short-handed, and a good pick there by the Generals, and this one flicked forward and out of the zone. Generals got to control the puck because they can just ice it. 48 seconds left on the power play. They come up to the near side. Heil can't get to that puck. St. James just sending that the distance. 11 minutes to play in the period. Generals can see if they can get a shot on goal. Bad pass here to middle of the ice. Lucky that St. James missed one, missed two. Still not in the... Somehow, we get a miracle there on a terrible pass coming out of the defensive zone. And St. James with 2 great opportunities, and they take it off the post. So that's 2 posts for St. James, and we keep this one 2-1, and somehow St. James does not score shorthanded there. We've got 26 seconds left in the power play, and General's trying to pick something up here. Love to see them get a goal and get some energy in these legs. We're back on the ice at 12:40 tomorrow. Same place, same team. That one comes across to Tapscott. Puck comes down the near wall. Should be icing. Oh, Heil can't get there soon enough, and we get the whistle with 16 seconds left in the power play. But we're going to get a face-off to the left of the Generals goalie. Stewart taking the face-off. Left at his feet, kind of pinned there on the ice between the 2 skaters. That comes away with Stroder hustling up the ice with Stewart held back. Stroder Comes out. Covington trying to center it. Oh, Strode just a little too late on the follow through. Comes back to Covington. Can't get a stick on it. And a long ice. That should be icing. That penalty was up. Penalty was up, but it's on goal. So it's no icing. Long distance shot there by St. James. 10:18 left in the second period. Generals trail 2-1. Generals need to take a Red Bull or something like that and get some energy. A shot there through lots of traffic, bouncing out in front of the crease, and Monroe is able to get a cover on that one for a whistle. We'll get another face-off to the Richmond Generals goalie's left. Agello working this one down in the corner after the face-off. St. James on the puck. Leaving it for Covington, and the Generals going to be offsides. I think Daniel Kim passed it back over the blue line. Face-off just outside the St. James end of the ice. Repko taking the face-off. Left, Daniel Kim picking this one up. That one recovered by St. James as he skated through neutral ice. Coming down to Generals end, going to get a shot from the low slide as the player goes down after the shot. Comes back out. Repko now, he's coming down the ice. We've got a 3-on-2 from the Generals. Covington on the puck. He leaves it for Daniel Kim. Daniel Kim with a shot, and it's a good left pad save by the St. James goalie who covers it for the whistle. 9:41 remaining in the second period. I think they were looking for a rebound off the pads and hoping that we would get into second opportunity, but so far the St. James goalie, ever since the early parts of the first period, has been doing a good job smothering that puck and not giving up those second chances. Peterson up to take the face-off now with 9:41 left in the second period. St. James sends that around the boards. Judah Moore trying to hold it at the blue line. St. James feeds it up to the red line. Woo! Bickmeyer taking an elbow to that face mask. Generals are now 0 for 2 on power plays. St. James circling this one around. Pace has evened up a bit between the two teams as we've settled into the second period, and the St. James send that one in for an icing, and we'll go back down the other end of the ice. Peterson trying to take that face off. St. James collects it back behind the goal. Lugo trying to meet that one at the wall, overskates it. Sent in by Judah Moore, just out of reach of Bickmeyer. It's a high stick there as somebody took it off the helmet. Peterson trying to circle. He's got one to beat, goes to his forehand, shoots it. Right pad by the goalie, centered again by Peterson. Good recovery on that rebound for the second chance. And St. James able to clear and sends it down for Krug to pick up, and we get the whistle on icing, and we'll go back the distance to our left. 8:46 now remaining in the second period. Generals trail 2-1. Shots on goal are 17 for the St. James and 16 for the Generals. Stewart taking the face off. He's got Tapscott to his left, Heil to his right. Comes back to Tapscott, sends it back to Jeanette. Good to see him back on the ice. Heil trying to get this one. Oh, can't keep it on the stick. St. James able to muscle that one away, and a good pass to the near wall. Trying to get some clear ice. Jeanette hanging on, and puts it in. There's a goal. So Jeanette was getting called for the hook. Somehow the puck comes all the way through and finds its way to the back of the net. He just got beat on the body there. Jeanette forced to take a penalty to try to keep from getting the goal. And St. James finds, I think, just the bodies coming out. Monroe was able to overwhelm him. So St. James are now up 3-1. Generals got to start picking the pace up here and making some action happen on the ice. Let's go, Gens! All right, so we've got a goalie change halfway now through the second period. I think that was a scheduled change, but given that it's another goal, we're going to take the opportunity to put Cam Gaddis between the pipes there for the Generals and see. So we got a fresh goalie. We got get fresh legs on the ice, and the Generals going to be off sides. They left it for Bobby Stewart. Coach Stewart not happy. I got to hear the "damn it, Bobby" from here. All right, Stewart's going to line up, take the face off again. Comes back. Jeanette going to collect this one, sends it up, finds Heil. Heil going to skate it over the... I don't know why he's not skating it across the blue line. Just a bad pass to a guy 2 feet away. Luckily, we get an icing call, and we'll go down the other end of the ice. Generals just... We got to do a little more skating, a little less passing, or if you're going to pass it further than 10 feet. All right, 8:12 left in the second period. Repko out to take the face-off. Kim to his left. Looks like Covington to his right. St. James wins the face-off, sends it around the boards. Met by Jeanette. Kim trying to center it and puts it in the far corner. Covington has it, he takes a shot. Low probability angle there, but then again, he put the last one in from below the goal line. A little collision there with Daniel Kim. He is like a tree stump. And we got somebody else going down, and so we got somebody going in, and I think it's, I don't know.
What?
I think it's going to be St. James going to the box for interference.
He was standing there. The guy skated into him. Oh, that's terrible.
So Generals going on their third power play with 7:51 remaining in the second period. They trail 3-1. They need one here to pick up the pace. Jeanette trying to control the puck, sends it across. Another terrible pass right across, allowing the St. James shorthanded to bring that one up into the zone. Generals just swatting at the puck right now. Come on, Jens. Played by Gaddis back behind the net. He's leaving it there. The Generals will swing this one up. Jeanette going to skate it up. Chips it over to Covington. Covington brings it across the line, tries to go between the D, works his way, just misses up right-hand corner. Good chance for the Generals, trying to find them flat. Repko's going to get a shot, and he puts it into the glove of the goalie. Needed that a little higher. So with 1:22 left in the power play, Generals still trailing 3-1. We got 7:13 left in the period. There's your scoreboard. Peterson taking the face off. Goes back behind. Lugo going to try to meet this one on the far side. Back to Bickmeyer. Bickmeyer's going to send it around the boards. Going to hope that Agello meets it on the near side. That one's up and into the netting and stuck. .107 left in the power play. Stewart's going to take the face-off. Heil to his left, Tapscott to the right. I like this lineup better. They've swapped sides. This puts Tapscott and Heil both in their four shot. Oh, Heil should have shot that. He passes it back to Judah Moore, shoots it through traffic and puts it into the glove. Jack's got to shoot that right off the face-off. He had a clear lane to the goalie. Passes it across, but maybe that's the play they drew up, that Stewart wins it back to Heil over to Moore. Stewart trying to get it. Feeds it to Agello. Agello on the wall, trying to find it back to Stewart. He's got Heil on the low slide. He tries to feed it to Agello, and it goes off of a skate down to Tapscott behind the St. James goal. Remember, the Generals had the extra skater for another 45 seconds. St. James able to send it the distance, no icing on the penalty kill. Picked up there by Agello. He sends it up over the red line. St. James is going to take it and send it the distance again. It's like we've got to control the puck, or you get a lot of skating. Picked up by Moore. He's going to skate this one up. He puts it at Tapscott's feet. Moore going to scoop this one up. He's going to skate it into the zone. Leaves it for Stewart, who's a lefty, and he leaves it for nobody, and it's out of the zone. Just, I don't know if he thought somebody was going to cover the blue line. Agello working it as we got 9 seconds left. The Generals are going to go 0 for 3 on their power plays for the day. So they're getting some help in the penalty box, but we're just not able to make St. James pay here. We're trailing 3-1 with 5:45 left in the second period. Oh, that one out of the zone is going to be delayed off sides. Gaddis is going to just glove that one over. Woo! Heil sends that one back. St. James going to send that around the boards. Jello's going to try to meet it, but St. James picks it off at the breakout spot, picked up by Covington at the red line. He's going to come in, try to split the D. He holds up. He was trying to find Repko cutting in behind the D. Couldn't get it to him. This one goes to Jeanette. And just chipped forward by St. James. They've got the 3-1 advantage and ability to just sit on this puck a little bit. Puck across the ice to Daniel Kim. Repko on the puck, but down under the St. James goal line. Sends it. Oh, gosh, great opportunity. Second shot. Covington missed on it. So 2 shots there for the Generals. Unable to find the back of the goal. Great, I don't know, defending, good goalie, a little bit of everything. Get a little bit of luck for St. James. They shot it and put it around the boards. Going to hold it at the blue line. Generals fighting that out. I think Covington took a stick to the face. He's going to go to the bench. Generals' parents were calling for the penalty, but that was not witnessed by the referee, so we do not get a high sticking call there. St. James coming into the zone with a 2-on-2. St. James still on it, bodied off by Bickmeyer. Back under the goal, a little backhander. Gaddis has the post covered. Jeanette now working it against the boards. Comes out. Repko trying to get some clean ice. 2-on-2. Good back check there by the St. James as they pick up the puck. We're down to 3:45 remaining in the second period. Generals trail 3-1. St. James picking it at the blue line. Gonna have to hustle back. Good drop. Little backhander. Gaddis able to clear this one to the left. St. James is still on the puck. Centering pass. Pad save there by Gaddis. Comes back out. St. James still on the puck with a good pass to the weak side, and nobody's there for St. James. Generals just trying to clear it out of the zone. Batted back in by St. James. Strode on the puck. Strode leaves it back behind. Lugo can't get to it. St. James working it in the corner, centering pass. Picked off by the Generals. Goes into the other corner, and St. James is still on it. Bickmeyer is trying to skate this one up. Getting harassed all by himself. Again, first game of the season for Bickmeyer. Coming off of an injury. Strode trying to feed this one up to Peterson. He's pinned up against the walls. We're now down about 2:45 left in the second period. This one comes out, held by Stroder. He's got ice. He flings that one in. And held in the jersey by the St. James goalie as they maintain their 3-1 lead. Shots on goal are even, 20-20. So General's getting some good offensive opportunities. St. James just out hustling the Generals in the first part of the second period, getting the advantage and picking up 2 goals. Generals unable to capitalize on anything since Covington's kind of random bounce in the goal. Bunch of good opportunities in the first period. Just couldn't get the right bounce. Tapscott's got it looking, takes it off the back of the goalie stick, and it's going to be icing. If they let this, it's going to roll under the goal line, and we get the whistle as Agello leaves it for the ref to pick up. Repko taking the face off. He pulls that back to Moore. Moore trying to get a deflection towards the goal. Hits Covington. It's at Covington's feet. Covington can't get a stick on it. Chips it back to Moore, who's covering the blue line. That one wide in the net. Repko with a backhander. Repko's going to come to a forehand shot and puts it up high into the chest protector of the goalie, just under the net guard. And he drops it into the goal. Again, not a lot of rebounds here from the St. James goalie here in the second period. 1:59 remaining in the second period. Generals trail 3-1. Repko still in to take the face-off. Puck bounced in the air. The ref thought about touching it, but St. James comes away with it and skates it to neutral ice, puts it back behind their player on the far side. He's going to have to leave it. Generals trying to get it across ice, trying to pick up Daniel Kim. He gets around the defenseman, but loses it on the wall. A little battle here on the near boards. Comes over to Lugo, who skates it on the far side. Sticks swiping at Coach Peterson there. They're stuck in the blue line. They got to keep playing. That whistle's not for us. When we get a whistle, they're going to say offsides. 1:21 remaining in the second period. Repko taking that face-off, leaves it for the St. James team, and they drop it in back behind the goal. Gaddis comes out of the net. Gonna play it, not a good clear by the Generals. Jeanette able to just put that one forward, but able to kind of pick up his own puck. Ben Krug, not a goal on the season, but 7 assists, tries to feed that one in, and they're poking at it. A lot of stick work there by Bobby Stewart. Finally, the goalie gets a clean cover on it and draws the whistle. We're just under a minute to play in the second period. Krug with 7 assists up in Pennsylvania. Becoming the primary feeder for the Generals. Doing a lot of work in the corners and the boards and just finding the open players. Stewart gonna work this face-off and see if the Generals can claw one back here before the end of the second period. Stewart draws it back just out of reach of Covington. That one comes back. Stewart just passed. I think Coach Stewart's trying to get a change up here on the lineups just to see if he can get some magic going. Comes up to the near side. Jeanette doing the body work up against the wall, forces the guy off the puck, sends that one around. St. James able to get it. Comes off of a skate. St. James back on the attack with forcing Gaddis to save. Gaddis trying to get somebody to pick up the guy on the weak side. Stewart drops the guy to the ice. 25 seconds to go. Sent over to Strode. Strode's going to feed this one up. Over, trying to feed it to Strode. Comes back to Krug, who takes it off the post. Good look there. That's probably the best look since Heil's shot early in the second period where the goalie had to take it off the blocker. That one sent across. Krug trying to feed that one over to Stewart on the far side. And so at the end of 2, Generals trail 3-1, bringing on a little bit of some shots here at the end of the second period. So we'll get a 1-minute intermission before we pick up the third period. Generals got to find some power in those legs.
Well, I'm not sure that would have been a shot. It might have been.
Not sure, zooming in helps with the net. Cheering squad down here, a couple parents. My brother, Ralph. Got to get this crowd fired up for these Generals to find some energy. See if we can't dig out of a third period hole here as we trail 3-1 in Alexandria, Virginia. I guess it's technically Springfield.
Do I know?
Chipped forward, Heil trying to get on it. He's out there with Tapscott and Peterson. Tapscott trying to feed it to Heil. It's behind him. St. James off on the run now. General's got to get back. Judah Moore trying to hustle. Goes to take away the pass. Oh, a great move by Gaddis as he's moving to his left and pins the puck between his pads. General's not hustling back. Got to get those defenders back faster. Judah Moore not getting there in time to take away the pass. The shot gets off, and Gaddis keeping this a 3-1 game with 16:40 remaining in the third period. We're just 20 seconds in. Remember, in the second period, St. James came out firing and scored within the first minute and a half of the second period, and that one's shot out of play to break this game open 2-1. And then St. James with a drive to the goal that going into the goalie, and the puck ends up in the back of the net. So that's how we got to 3-1. St. James winning that face-off, trying to chip it forward, goes back to Jeanette. Jeanette sends it over to the near side. Nobody's here for it, but it's going to come off the wall. Covington's going to pick it up. He's got assistance. Not a great pass to Stewart. Stewart he's got some time back to Covington. Not sure if he lost the puck. I thought he was passing it to Stewart. That's over to Strode. Strode to Krug. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Moore. That one chipped out. Generals having to hustle back. They're trying to indicate icing. It's not going to make the red line. Comes all the way back. Stewart's going to leave it. Still with Stewart. Keep playing, guys. That's not our whistle. Jeanette up deep to Covington. Generals just can't find some clear ice. We're in a line change. St. James finally realized that, and they pick up the pace a little bit. They leave the drop pass, and they find the corner of the net again, up over the blocker of Gaddis. He's a right-hand catch goalie. Blocker to the left, and beats us over the shoulder for this. Generals go down 4-1 here. We've got to start getting some goals. 15:40 remaining in the third period. That one comes out to Bickmeyer. Bickmeyer forced to leave the puck at the blue line. Moore trying to chip that one over just past Repko. Sends across the ice to Lugo just past him. St. James hustling to get this puck at the wall. Chips forward by Repko. Can't get the puck. Finally gloved down by Bickmeyer. Oh, he leaves it just behind Daniel Kim, and St. James hustles to the puck first. Gonna take it off the near boards and sends it up. Comes back to Lugo. Lugo working this puck now. He's going to take it up the right-hand side. Skates into the zone. Tries to get a shot. That one wide of the net. Just out of reach of the other number 5, Daniel Kim. Puck pulled back by St. James into their own defensive zone. St. James can't connect on the pass. That's going to be chipped forward to Repko, who's just going to send it in. The puck rides the rail all the way around. St. James collects this one. Comes up. General's going to be offsides. Tapscott has to leave it and let St. James picks it up. That's the delayed offsides, so we can avoid the whistle. And that one hops into the glove of Gaddis, and he's going to just hold that for a face-off. 14-19 now, remaining in the third period. Generals trail 4-1. Shots on goal are even, though, 23-22. So not a good outing for the goalies. Giving up 4 goals on 23 shots. That 84% save percentage. Shot there wide of the net. Heil up against the wall. That one's lost in the crease, and oh my gosh, giving me a heart attack there. It was a Jello kind of scooped that one back behind the net through the crease. Comes up to the neutral ice, up to the near boards, collected by St. James in their end of the ice. A little harassment there by Tapscott. Is a little poke, but here comes St. James back the other direction, trying to go to their forehand. Oh, good play there, left in the crease, and finally cleared by the Generals. Good body play there again by Stroder on the back check. Heil just overskating that player, way out of the play. St. James putting this one into the zone. Can't get a stick on it. Comes out in front. General's trying to hustle it the other direction. Heil looks like he's eyeballing the bench. He's done. Little backhander by Ben Krug, and he picks up his first goal. little scuffle in the net as the player slid in after the goal. Hopefully, Ben Krug picks up his first goal of the season, brings us one within two, so we got 4-2. There was some body sliding into the net, and the St. James goalie's down on the ice. I hope he's okay. I hope he's just shaken up and just slow to get up, but coach is going out to check on him. Take a quick break here while the coaches check out the St. James goalie. 13:21 remaining in the second period. Goalie's hopping up. They've got a spare goalie. He's shaking off his leg. I guess somebody went into his, maybe like his upper thigh or something. Scoreboard. 13:21 remaining in the third period. Generals trail 4-2. Shots on goal. Generals are in there. 23 shots on goal. To St. James's 25. So Generals starting to do some work to claw this back. There's still a lot of time. As I like to say, there's a lot of hockey left. 13 full minutes. Gonna get the goal reset on its mounts, and we're gonna have Bobby Stewart out to take the faceoff. He's got Covington to his right. That was a sweet little backhand chip there by Ben Krug. He's playing left wing right now. See if this can fire the Generals up, or see if we completely pissed off St. James and who can bring out the fire right now. Covington going to circle this one, sends it over to Krug on the far side. Maybe the Generals can double up here as they go in. Krug's got the puck down below the goal line, looking for the pass. Oh, and it comes through a lot of traffic. Picked up by Jeanette. He backhands it, and it's in the goal. St. James, I think, swept that one in. The players are pointing to Jeanette, who sent that one in. So the Generals real quickly are able to get two quick ones. And so we pulled this 4-3 with 13:06. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a hockey game going on here. Good fight back for the Generals as we get a goal from Jeanette. Quickly following one that went in from Ben Krug. And Covington started us off in the first period. That's how we got our three. We trail 4-3. Bobby Stewart trying to take the face-off. Leaving the same lineup out there, see if they can work some more magic and make it happen again. Don't know how much the shakeup of the goalie kind of impacted some of that. But again, this was just a bouncing puck off of a skate, and it went in. A good quick shot there by St. James, and Gaddis having to smother that one for the whistle. We'll get a face-off to the right of the Generals goalie with 12:48 left in the third period. Repko taking the face-off. Comes back to Lugo. St. James, good hustle. Try to feed it in the short side. It's loose in the crease. It's still loose. Oh, and St. James couldn't pull the trigger, and it bounces past their stick, and the General's able to clear the zone. Bickmeyer taking more to the face. I know he's not tall, but gosh darn it, that kid takes more hands than sticks to the head. St. James picks that one up, pulls in front of their own goal. Almost a steal there by Daniel Kim as we come up to the near walls. General's showing a little bit of life here as Bickmeyer sends that puck over to Agello. He finds Bickmeyer back to Repko. Repko gets a little bump off the puck. Repko dropped to the ice. Technically, he's offsides, but delayed offsides, no whistle. Repko. And it's back to Kim. Kim trying to work it. Little backhander goes short side, and a good save there by the St. James goalie on the near post. It's left behind. Oh, the General's just not talking, and we leave the puck. Got to clear the zone. Little poke there by Repko, keeping St. James from entering across the blue line, and Gaddis is going to tee this one up and leave it for Lugo. We've got 11:45 left in the third period. Generals only trail by one now, finding two goals real quickly. Show some life. Generals bringing a little more life into this and pressuring St. James. isn't able to get good passes off right now. Lugo going to the bench. Puck's behind Heil, getting it in the corner, trying to find a centering shot, and is picked off by St. James. That one bouncing just past Judah Moore. Picked up by Stroder. Stroder sending this up the wall, just past Moore. St. James sending that across to a guy behind the D, and Schroeder's going to have to hustle back for this one. St. James cutting across. Oh, great shot. Left pad saved there by Gaddis. Puts it into the wall. Good shot there by St. James, bringing the heat. Comes up to Heil at the breakout spot. He gets hit from behind and he draws the penalty. That should be a 2 and 10. Oh, they're just going to call it roughing. That was from behind. Yell out something about 2 and 10, Ward. Should have been. He hit him from behind. So Generals will go on their fourth power play with 10:55. A St. James player left the ice. I don't think it's only their fourth penalty, so it's not like it's a different player this time. Number 74 is in the box for 2 minutes. Generals 0 for 3 on the power play. See, they can't get one here and even this one up. St. James coming away short-handed. Picked off there by Strode. Good job. Sends it up to Stewart. Stewart on the near wall. Jeanette's got the puck. Generals just trying to remember how to skate with it and can't find Stroder and gets past him. Strode gets put up into the boards. Good pressure there from St. James shorthand. And this one, good foot lift there by Covington. He must have known that puck wasn't for him. Can't get past the neutral ice right now. We've lost 30 seconds on the power play. Covington gets past one. Going to go to the forehand shot. Just misses the net. Jeanette holds it at the blue line. Tries to feed it forward. Comes back to Jeanette. He's got it, trying to go to his forehand. Gets picked by a good stick lift. St. James player goes down. Oh, Jeanette's able to feed that back to Covington. He's trying to find a seam. Oh, off of a skate. Unfortunate, and St. James is going to get a chance to ice this one all the way down. He takes us down to 1 minute to go in the fourth power play of the game for the Generals. Generals trying to find an equalizer here. Stewart beat to the puck. St. James sends it in again. Taking more precious seconds off as Gaddis tees this one up for Moore. Moore sends that across to Jello. Jello sends it in. It's like, we can't do that, guys. I guess we've got to pick that up in practice. We can't just send that puck straight to them because they just ice it. We've got to control the puck. You can't chip and chase on a power play unless you know you're going to get possession. Up to Bickmeyer in the blue line. He's got Kim there. Good save there, and comes out to St. James, and they ice this one again. They've read the playbook. 25 seconds to go. Little wait there by Gaddis trying to get it out. Almost a steal there by St. James. They're pressuring shorthanded, and they've got control of the puck. And they're just going to take some seconds off the clock with 14 to go on the power play. They're going to send it the distance just past Judah's stick. Gaddis is going to come out and having to play this. Good check. Oh, wow. Generals go down on the wall. St. James still has it, and they finally able to set it. That'll be icing because the penalty was up. 8:49 remaining in the third period. Generals trail by 1. Repko taking the face off. Out there with Kim and Bickmeyer. St. James sends his one around the board to the near side. Bickmeyer trying to pick this one up. Repko coming over to help him. Still loose. St. James going to flick this one. Puts it into one of their own players. Comes away to Strode. Does a little toe drag around the player. Trying to find a seam. Backhander. Strode! Repko just almost got that one. Just a second too late. Couldn't. Just spinning in the blue paint. And Repko just sees it and went to react. And just, boy, a St. James player just beat him to it. So we're down to 8:15 to go. Held to the blue line by St. James. They're going to skate it in. Shot, and they find the net. I don't know if Gaddis took his eyes off it, but he gets beat glove side high on a clean shot to the goal. So with 8:07 left, Generals now back down 2. Send Peterson's line out here with Heil on the near side and Tapscott on the far side. Puck is loose, comes back to Jeanette. He's going to flick this one forward to Peterson, trying to get it to Tapscott. Tapscott trying to get it on a stick with a shot, glove, and a rebound. Oh, Peterson kind of got bumped into the goalie. We'll get a face-off to the left of the St. James goalie. Generals trying to put some pressure on here. They're down 2 now with 8 minutes to go. They were making a charge to equalize it. The chance was Repko with the spinning puck in the crease. Comes back out to Heil. Heil's with a quick shot, rebounded, went off of a boot and into the goalie. I think he was surprised by it, but it hit him in the chest. Generals have had 2 lucky bounces so far for half of their goals, so just got to start throwing stuff at the net. 7:51 remaining in the third period. Stewart's going to come out here with Krug and Covington. That comes back to Jeanette at the blue line. He finds it up to Krug. Krug leaves it at the blue line, and we're not there to pick it up, so we've got to retreat and clear the zone. Jeanette's going to leave it for Jello. Jello up to Krug. Krug through the legs of Covington over to Stewart on the far side. He takes a shot. Good heat on it. Looking for a rebound, but it's not there. Covington left waiting for some snow and not the puck. 7:32 remaining now in the third period. We're trailing by 2, 5-3. Goals by Jeanette, Krug, and Covington. Stewart taking the face off. Puts it into the corner. Held in by Lugo. Chips it up. Fed back just at the feet of Covington, and he can't get a clear. That's rain. Puck chipped up into the neutral zone. St. James waiting, and that's delayed offsides. We're hearing crazy rain here. It comes in waves across the ceiling. St. James players beats our D once, twice, Bardowski, and they go up 6-3. So we're 2 ticks under 7 minutes to go, and the Generals are back in the hole, 6-3. We can't get the loose pucks in front, and St. James are getting free shots on goal and able to beat the goalie on the edges. So Gaddis giving up 3 here. He took over mid-game, and then I think it was a planned switch. Lugo picking that one up. They'll probably split the game tomorrow as well. We're back on the air at 12:40 tomorrow. Judah Moore taking a hit up against High into the head as he goes into the board. St. James now coming in with a 3-on-2. Generals are going to have to hustle back. A centering pass. Backhander is just wide of the net. 6:30 now to play. Generals need to go on a tear again and link together a couple of goals. We're going to have a chance at this. And it's stuck under a player, so we get a whistle. Repko taking the face off. Tries to get it to Kim. Can't come through the traffic. Still lost at 2 feet, and it goes back behind the General's goal. Picked up, I think James a little bit of time. Picked up there by Heil. He's going to skate it out of the zone. Feeds it over to Repko. No, that wasn't Heil. That was Strode. That one up and around. Rides the rail. It's going to go the distance. They're indicating icing, but I'm not sure it's going to make it. Stroder's going to pick this up before the red line and have to feed this one out of the zone. Goes a long distance just past Kim. This will be icing this time. And we'll go back down to the General's end of the ice. 5:51 now remaining in the third period. Generals trail 6-3. Generals going on a tear, coming within 1, and then giving up 2 quick goals off the pipes. Good shooting there by St. James. St. James plowing through the face-off. That one off of Gaddis' pads and goes back behind the goal, fed up forward. He's going to be collected by Tapscott. He comes over to the near side to Heil. He plays it off of his skate. He's going to pressure in. Can't get to the puck. Poked in by Tapscott. Comes to Heil. Bouncing. Tapscott trying to settle it on the ice. St. James is going to send it around the board. It's going to be picked up by Jeanette on the blue line. Sends it in off a boot back to Heil. Bouncing puck. Jeanette trying to chip it. Back to St. James, and they're going to send it. Glove down by Jeanette. He's going to chip it over to Pepscott. He's got to settle it. Oh, comes back and gets another chance. Bouncing puck. Oh, puck was in the air. Tapscott tries to snipe it out, and there's some words being said down there. Tapscott was just going after the loose puck. .5:13 now remaining in the third period. Stewart comes on the ice, matched up with Krug and Covington. Covington to the left. Comes to Krug, he tried to pull off to the forehand, and this one's going to go the distance for icing, and we'll come back down for another faceoff.
He didn't call me a lie. He said my stats were...
5:06 remaining. Generals trail 6-3.
So he's calling me a liar.
Shots on goal are even at about 30, so just
It's okay.
St. James doing a lot better work in the corners. Generals putting a lot of shots in on the ice. Bobby Stewart with the face-off comes back. Judah Moore getting beat there. St. James on the run. Oh, and that one slides under the leg of Gaddis, and they put it in for a 7-3 lead. RD not having a good day today, not getting back. Leaving our goalie alone, so. .456 now remaining. Generals now trail 7-3. Comes back out to Agello, and he's going to put this one down in. That one comes back out to Repko, and he good shot, good and hard, and puts it into the belly of the St. James goalie, and he just smothers that one, no rebound. Repko taking the face-off. Bickmeyer to his right, Kim to his left. Gaddis settling the goal on its mounts. Sent across, St. James hustling to it. They're going to get a shot off. Shoots it off the post and into the netting. 4:31 now remaining in the third period. Generals trail 7-3. Kind of thought that one, I don't know if maybe Gaddis got a piece of it because they're going to do a face-off to the right of the goalie. I thought it might have been outside the zone. Peterson taking that face-off, held to the blue line, bounced and deflected over the goal, off the glass. Agello pinning down in the corner. St. James going to move it back to the point. St. James going to put it in on the ice, deflected just wide of the net. St. James hustling to the puck. Comes back to Heil. Heil on the near side. Heil's on the puck, chips it up, gets it to Peterson. Peterson trying to battle it at the red line. St. James fighting for every puck. Three generals trying to fight that one on the blue lines. Finally send it in. Sent around the boards, out of the zone, going to be picked up by Judah Moore. Judah over to Strode. Guys are having to do 2 touches on a puck when they should only need 1. That one left, and luckily the St. James is offsides. As we get a whistle at 3:45 left in the third period. Generals trail 7-3. Bobby Stewart coming out to take the face-off. Krug to his left, Covington to the right. Stuck at the face-off dot. St. James able to bring it into the zone. St. James circling to the left, trying to center it. Bobby Stewart with a swipe at the stick. It goes into the corner and being chased down by Krug. Judah Moore. Good pass there by St. James. They can't pull the trigger, but they're up by 3, so they don't need it. That one fed to Bobby Stewart. He's got a free breakaway. Takes a shot, misses the goal. Comes back out. Covington with a shot. Left pad save there by the goalie. Krug with a shot. Upper chest. Rebound. And St. James is going to get a chance to clear. So 3 good shots for the Generals. Just not finding the edges. And that one's going to bounce to Covington. It's still free in the crease off of Stewart's skate. And it's going to come out just before the blue line. And they're going to... And so Jeanette looks like he's getting ejected. Not sure what was going on down there in front of the Generals' goal.
5 of the game.
So I don't know if Jeanette's getting a game misconduct, which means he's going to miss tomorrow's game, but we will see. Nobody else headed to the box. They're going to have to explain that to the score. So I don't know if they're... Ward, did he eject both of them? No. All right. Generals have 5 on the ice. Door to the Generals' penalty box is open. They probably got to put somebody in the box. Heil is going to go serve the penalty for Jeanette. Wow. So we got he got 7 minutes of penalty. There's only 2:40 left. So we got a game misconduct, probably is the 5, and then you got another minor for 2. We've only got 2:59 left, so the Generals will be shorthanded for the remainder of the game. We got a quick whistle there as the Generals goalie, I think he had the puck. 2:47 now, and we're going to get, why this one comes out of the zone. Comes back to the Generals and they send it up down the ice. And it's Tapscott playing defense. St. James going to pick this one up. Probably a lot of frustrations on the Generals as they thought they had this one within shooting distance. Only to give up 2 quick goals. Going to go the distance, but no icing here as the Generals are killing off a long power play. They'll be shorthanded for the remaining 2:18 left of the game. Bickmeyer trying to harass. Gets a little shove there from St. James. Remember, these teams are back on the ice tomorrow at 12:40. You can catch us here on our YouTube channel. You can catch all the old games on there if you missed any of them. We'll leave them on the page. If I was good with any editing, I would create a highlight reel, but no such luck. Stroder working this one in the corner, getting a little bit of help there from Repko. So we rolled down to 1:45 left in the third period. Generals trail 7-3. Jeanette ejected, and so we're running shorthanded for the remainder. A shot off the right pad, saved, and the Generals able to clear it out of the crease. A little poke there as we're going to get a call there. I don't know why. So Repko was going low and took a hit to the head, so Strode's going to the bench now too because the teams are exchanging words. It's a game misconduct. All right. Might be an unsportsmanlike. No.
So pardon me and Ted both got penalties, but one of them was coincidental penalties or offsetting penalties, so only one goes on the board.
So we're at the scorer's table trying to sort this one out. Strode's at the box. He's joined Heil, who's serving a 7-minute penalty for Jeanette. That's the other ice. So there's 2 minors on the board for St. James.
So Noah got tangled up with the goalie. The defenseman came and tackled him, and Noah's still on the ice, getting up. He took cross-checked him in the back of the net. You got 2-5 in a game. be short-handed. It's not right. I think they take 10s off. And then he gets 2 and a whistle that comes out.
We'll try to sort things out once they get it all posted up there, but it looks like we're skating right now 4-on-4. Moore trying to break free on the puck. Stewart out on it. Finding some empty ice here with the players. Leaves it behind. That was Covington. Moore trying to work it in the corner. I know that Strode's in the box. They didn't post anything, so I'm not sure.
Right.
St. James trying to work it out of the zone. Good toe drag there by St. James. They go, and they missed the bar. Thought they had sniped the corner. We're under a minute left to play in the third period. Skating 4-on-4. Generals trail 7-3. St. James with a shot. Good job by Gaddis to come out to the edge of the crease and take away the shooting zone. Able to knock that one down with his shoulder. Crew going to send that one up. Trying to bounce off Stewart to Covington. Covington gets around the guy. St. James loses the stick. Generals can't get it to Covington. St. James are just going to sit on the puck here. 30 seconds to go. Krug trying to pick up the puck. St. James sitting on it. Picked off there by Covington. Started the game with a goal. Generals on a line change. Krug's all by himself. Goes to the far side. Finds Bickmeyer. Bickmeyer with that's with Jello with a shot. And a cover there by the St. James goalie. 9.7 seconds. We are skating 4-on-4. Generals trailing 7-3. Bickmeyer's going to look like he's going to take this face off to close this one out. Again, we're on the ice again tomorrow, 12:40 against the same teams. Tapscott skating up to take the defensive role with Bickmeyer. Daniel Kim's to the right. That's probably a Jello. Bickmeyer's taking the face off. And they're going to say just end the game there. Quick puck drop. So the guys will go into the locker room. Generals taking a 7-4 loss, dropping the season to 3-3. Go cheer up their goalie. Was not a good outing for the goalies or the defense. Hopefully get the guys focused tomorrow. You know, we hate these long drives and come up here and have to get on the ice. You guys got to shake this one off and come on the ice hard and play a good game tomorrow. We'll get our handshake. Again, 12:40 tomorrow here on YouTube, and we'll bring the action live. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for supporting Richmond Generals Hockey. We will see you tomorrow.